Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. So I wanted to go live really quick because, by the way, well, you can't really say happy Good Friday. I hope you guys are having a good Friday on Good Friday. I wanted to go live because I keep getting a few questions about the veil falling or the veil lifting or the veil thinning, however way you want to say it. And a lot of people are asking me, Priestess May, how do I know that I'm awake? How do I know, how do I know when it's happening? How do I know what it looks like? How do I know? Can you tell me? And I have to tell you guys that I can't tell you how it's going to feel. I can't tell you, I can't give you the answer to that because A, it's unique to every single person, and B, awakening is like the taste of an apple. I could describe to you what an apple tastes like. I could describe to you what an apple looks like. I can describe to you what an apple kind of maybe weighs, but I can't taste it for you and you taste the same thing that I taste. I can't lend you my eyes to see it. You have to be the one to feel it for yourself. So you just have to be patient and allow yourself to taste what this awakening feels like, to feel what it feels like on your own. But the more that you involve your mind in the process, the harder it will become to feel it, to taste it, to understand it. Okay? Seeing spirit is the most beautiful thing in the world. There has been a Baron hanging around my house for the last couple of days, and he has just brought me this sense of peace. And at first I asked him, "Are you here to pick me up?" And he said, "No, I'm not here to pick you up. I'm here to protect you because you're one of our servants." And it's just an amazing feeling because I know that the veil is thinning and I'm seeing spirits way brighter than I have ever seen them before. And those of us who have the gift, who have been awakened earlier than everybody else, we're seeing spirit. We're feeling spirit. We're speaking to spirit deeper than we have ever spoken to them before. But you have to understand, for those who are newly awakening, we cannot experience those things for you. We can only guide you by telling you that you have to allow yourself to feel it. You have to allow yourself to feel it for yourself. No one can do that journey for you. No one can do the work for you. You have to let go of the idea of someone else doing the work for you. A lot of people don't awaken because they're lazy. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to do what it takes. And when spirit shows you what work you have to do, sometimes it's really involved. Sometimes it may feel heavy. Okay? And every day you have to be open to receiving a lesson every single day. You have to be open to maybe being shown people who have betrayed you or being shown who you can and can't trust. And understanding that you have to discern from good spirits and spirits who are trying to trick you. You have to discern from the good seeds and the bad seeds. And like a farmer does when they plant the field, not every seed that you plant is going to give fruit. So you have to be careful with what seeds you water. And what I mean by seeds is the ideas and the feelings and the thoughts that you water. What are you watering? What are you giving life to? There's a lot of people out here who say that they work with the mysteries, yet a being as powerful as Saint Martha the Dominator is often depicted as a demon when she is not. There are many, many, many spirits, trickster spirits that will take advantage of people and pretend to be a spirit of light and use the name of a spirit of light to trick you. So you need to have spiritual discernment. You need to have spiritual discernment. Santa Marta la Dominadora, I saw some things today, and my wife saw some things on Facebook of people depicting Santa Marta la Dominadora like this demon with fangs and naked. That is not who she is. She is a very beautiful being. She's a very powerful being. She has the ability to dominate any beast and any man. And the fact that people are depicting her with fangs and all these demonic things on her and all of these and this sexualizing of spirits, you need to stop sexualizing spirits. Everything is not about sex. Have respect. Have respect. These people that are pretending to work with spirits of light and sexualizing these spirits of light. These spirits of light are not about lust. They are about true, healthy, yes, of course, they have a sensuality to them, but not this nasty, lustful way that so many people want to depict different spirits. Okay? You need to have respect. Okay? For even the goddesses of the river, have respect for them. A lot of the goddesses of the river depictions are so overly sexualized. Everything has to be turned into this lustful nature. Do you understand? The spirits of light are so beautiful that the last thing you'll think about is sex. When you see them in real life, when you see them in front of you, the last thing you'll think about is sex. Because there is sex that is respectful, there is sex that is beautiful, and then there is sex that is lustful and just full of, you know, that ick feeling that you get, that ick feeling. And there's a lot of women, a lot of female spirits are depicted in such a sexualized, degrading way, and that is not okay. And we have to have discernment and respect for these spirits. Santa Marta la Dominadora is not a demon. She is not a sexy sexual vampire to fulfill your weird, lustful dreams. She is a powerful loa that dominates and protects her children from beasts and from dark demons, and she dominates any beast or the heart of any man for the good of mankind. She is not this lustful demon that some of you want to portray her as. And as her daughter, it makes me disgusted. It makes me personally offended because I am her daughter and I know that's not who she is. And not just her, but a lot of people have done that to Maitre Sili and to Ezili Danto and to many of the madamas. Let's respect our spirits. If you really believe in a spirit, if you really work with a spirit, you would never disrespect them by depicting them in a way that is disrespectful. And know that those who are working with, and Anaisa too, like Anaisa is not this flirt that is lustful. Anaisa is an innocent flirt sometimes. Anaisa is sometimes a grandmother, sometimes she is a maid, and sometimes she is a mom, sometimes she's a grandmother. You need to stop sexualizing these spirits just because you, in your head, you have these weird ass sexual fantasies with these spirits. You need to stop doing that. It's disrespectful. Like, it's okay if a spirit is beautiful and sensual, like the statue that I have with Fortuna, with Lady Fortuna, where she's got this beautiful veil over herself. It's okay to respect a woman's body, but you don't need to sexualize it to the point where it's disrespectful. And understand that a lot of the people who work with these beings that they are sexualizing, a lot of them are not working with with the real being. They're working with a trickster spirit that is pretending to be that being. Okay? You have to have spiritual discernment. A spirit of light will never make you feel bad or will make you feel unloved. They will always speak to you the way that they would speak to a child, the way that they would speak in the way our mothers speak to us when they're trying to, well, good mothers speak to us when they're trying to tell us, to show us, honey, that's not the way you should do it. They do not try to inflict fear and paranoia. You need to realize that. And they can whoop your butt, just like our mamas can whoop our butt when we misbehave. They can whoop our butts too. But we have to be respectful when we work with spirit, especially now that the veil is falling. We need to realize and have discernment and not be lazy and take the time to get to know these spirits for who they truly are, instead of just believing what everybody else has to say about them. You know, for so long, Ezeli Danto was coming to me for a really, really long time. And I was afraid to work with her because so many people had said so many bad things about her during my childhood. So many people had said so many crazy things about her, and the fact that, and saying that she didn't get along with Metresili Frida, and because my family worked with Metresili Frida, I didn't want to work with her. You Do you know that, like, I missed out on working with Ezeli Danto for a large portion of my life because I listened to what other people had to say about the spirit. And eventually I said, you know what? She keeps coming to me. I'm just going to find out for who she is for myself. And I did. And I found out that she is a sweet being who has a lot of love in her heart. And she is a defender of the innocent. And if you are innocent at heart, she will protect you from the brink of death. She will protect you. So stop believing everything that you hear from other people, from humans. Learn to have spiritual discernment. Learn to put the work in. The only way you can win with these spirits is by truly serving them with love and with humility, and because you will attract a spirit's energy that is in your heart. I always ask spirit before I even walk a step. I ask spirit, is this the right step for me to walk? And a lot of people get offended when I tell them no. A lot of people get offended and feel personally attacked when my spirit says, no, you're not meant to work with that person. You have to realize every single light worker has a number. Every single one of us is born with a number. And if you're not one of my number, I'm not supposed to be one of those people. You're not supposed to be one of those people that I came here to uplift and to awaken as part of my mission here on earth. Then you're not my number. And if spirit says no, the answer is no. I don't care if you get offended. I don't care if people get offended or if people want to feel some type of way. If my spirit says no, then my spirit says no. You can get educated on a I'm going to be sharing more about the loases as they give me permission to on my YouTube channel, but don't rely just on what I tell you. What I tell you may be just the basis of how you get started, but from there there's no shortcuts. You have to do the work. You have to talk to those spirits. Ask them, what do you like? What do you want to be served? How can I serve you? How can I be a humble servant? How can I welcome you into my life? You need to ask and wait for them to respond. The answer may not come in 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. That's okay. It'll come when it's meant to come. You need to realize that you have to do the work and stop expecting instant gratification. Because when you learn, one of the things that these spirits have taught me is patience. I'm a Sagittarius. I did not have any patience when I started working with spirit. And now spirit has taught me you're not in charge. You have to be patient. And when you commit to being, especially when you commit to being a priestess of one of these spirits, when you commit to being a priestess of one of these spirits or of multiple spirits, you don't have a say. You don't have a say. So only spirit has a say, especially if you become a priestess or a priest. So if you're thinking about getting initiated in anything, realize that that spirit is the one who has a say, not a human. A human should never have say over you. What spirit says is what goes. And you have to learn that lesson, and you may have to learn that lesson the hard way. But I tell you this, when I do listen to my spirits, everything is on point. I had somebody tell me today that sometimes I scare them because everything I tell them comes true. And I told him, it's not me, it's my spirits. Whatever spirit tells me, that's all that I know. That's all that I can say. I can't make up something. Because if I make up something, I get in trouble with my spirits. I can only tell you what my spirits are telling me. That is my job. I am a telephone. I am not the creator of the content. I am just a telephone for the conversation. So you have to remember that every true light worker is just a telephone. Just a telephone. That's it. Just a vessel. Just a vessel. So if you want to think about it a different way, I'm just the eggshell. Spirit is the egg yolk and the egg whites and all that stuff. I am just the egg. I'm just a shell. That's it. Just a middle person. And all of us have the power to be that vessel if we listen to spirit, if we stop throwing temper tantrums over what we want and what we desire and start listening to what does God want for us. And just follow that, the wisdom of God. Exactly. And let go of the ego, because there's so many people with ego. And for as long as you hold on to your ego, you will always think that there's never enough. For as long as you let go of for as long as you hold on to the ego, you will always think there's never enough. There's never enough money. There's never enough love. There's never enough food. There's never enough toilet paper at the grocery store. um, will always think there's never enough. If you don't let go of that ego, there is more than enough for all of us. More than enough. And we just have to realize that and let go. Let it go. Let it go. Let go of the ego. We suffer. I'm going to tell you guys a secret. We suffer because we choose to suffer. Because we have magic. We have God. We have archangels. We have angels. We have a guardian angel that is specifically made for us. Okay? Could go back to doing the old-fashioned way of using leaves. My grandfather told me there are some people using leaves in Dominican Republic. And he was like, people going back to the old-fashioned way. So, yeah. But yeah, we have to always remember there's always enough. We have magic. We suffer because we choose to suffer. We choose to suffer. We choose to water the seeds of sadness and the seeds of disappointment and the seeds of betrayal instead of watering the seeds of love and the seeds of light and the seeds of spirit and the connection with spirit. So that's the message today, guys. The message today is I can't feel it for you. I can only describe to you what it feels like. I can only describe to you what spirit might look like, but I cannot experience it for you. And for as long as you live in your head, which is where the ego lives, for as long as you live in your head, you will never feel in your heart what spirit has to say to you. So that's all I have for you guys today. Have a beautiful night. And let go of the suffering, because the suffering is only in the mind. Many blessings.